Hello all. So in the last video, I had discussed in detail about static cone penetration test and its test procedure. Now through this video, I'll be explaining in detail about dynamic cone penetration test. Now dynamic cone penetration test is another type of cone penetration test. Here also the penetrometer used for driving into the soil is a cone itself. Okay. And just like static cone penetration test, this is also standardized by the ISI, and the detailed procedure and the method specifications is available in IS 4968 Part 1 1976. Method for subsurface sounding for soils Part 1 dynamic method using 50 cone without bentonite slurry. So actually this same procedure can be done with and without bentonite slurry. So separate codal provisions are available for the same test conducted with bentonite slurry and without bentonite slurry. Okay. Now the figure here shows the different types of cone. Actually two types of cones can be used. There is the cone without the threads. Okay. And for cone without the thread and a cone adapter. A cone adapter will also be attached to the same for cones without the threads. Okay. Another type of cone is a cone with a thread. Okay. These are the two different types of cone penetrometers which is used for conducting dynamic cone penetration test. Now the whole equipment is actually similar to your standard penetration test. The only difference here is in the penetrometer used. Okay. Uh, there also you had a tripod arrangement, and there the blows were given by means of a hammer and the penetrometer was driven into the soil. Here also it is a similar arrangement where hammer blows are given to drive the penetrometer into the soil. Only difference is that here we are using a cone as a penetrometer. So the equipment used for this dynamic cone penetration test consists of a cone either without thread or a threaded cone, then driving rods, then driving head, hoisting equipment and a hammer. So this figure here shows the typical setup for the dynamic cone penetration test. So this test setup is very similar to your standard penetration test, where also you had a tripod arrangement and the load was applied by means of hammer blows. Okay. And the hammer blows directly, or the hammer by means of this rope pulley arrangement, we are able to lift and drop this hammer, and the hammer would fall on this driving head which is connected to your driving rod, and at the end of the driving rod you will have your penetrometer. So here we are using cone as a penetrometer, and here the cone is a cone without thread is used. That is why there is a cone adapter attached to this cone. Okay. And so as you can see, the hammer used for this dynamic cone penetration test is a 65 kg hammer, and it falls through a fall height of 750 along the guide rope. So the guide rope is for allowing the movement of the hammer through it. Then it falls on the driving head, and finally that energy is transferred to the cone through the driving rod. So you can always increase the length of the driving rod depending upon the depth up to which you have to reach your penetrometer. Okay. Now in order to keep this arrangement driving rod vertical, this particular arrangement is fixed here at the ground level. So basically the different apparatus which comes into play are definitely the penetrometer, which is the cone. Okay. It is made of steel with tip hardened, and when you're using a cone without threads, then you have to fix a cone adapter also. When you're using a cone with threads, then adapter is not required. Okay. Then the cone is attached to this driving rod of suitable length, and of course you can increase the length of the rod. And if you remember, actually in standard penetration test also, in order to understand the depth covered by the penetrometer during the penetration, the graduations were marked on the driving road itself. That is, the each 15 centimeter was marked on the driving rod itself. Here also we will be actually assessing the number of blows for every 10 centimeter penetration, and therefore the driving rod used in this test will be marked, or graduations of 10 centimeter will be marked along the length of this driving rod. Okay. Then you have a driving head on which your hammer would come and fall. Okay. And this driving head is made of mild steel with threads at either end for a rod coupling. Basically, your driving rod will also have a thread at the end, and that driving rod will be attached to this, screwed into your driving head. Okay. And driving head diameter shall be 10 centimeter, and the length shall be 10 to 15 centimeter. Then finally, the one which gives the energy for driving into the soil is the hammer. Okay, by the simultaneous lifting and dropping of the hammer on the driving head, we are penetrating the cone into the soil. Now, this hammer specifications are that the weight of the hammer should be 65 kg, and it falls through a height of 750 mm. And the material used for the hammer is mild steel or cast iron with a base of mild steel. Okay. So the procedure of this test is very similar to your standard penetration test. Here also the energy used for driving the cone is given by the hammer blows. So the hammer will be simultaneously lift and dropped, and it will fall through a free fall height of 750 mm along the guide drop onto the driving head. Okay. And then we will be recording the number of blows for every 10 centimeter penetration of the cone here. Okay, there we were recording the number of blow counts for every 15 centimeter penetration. Here in dynamic cone penetration test, the number of blows for every 10 centimeter penetration of the cone shall be recorded. Okay, and this procedure will be continued up to the depth we desire. So now here also we need to know when to stop the particular test. Okay. So when the number of blows exceeds 35 for every 10 centimeter penetration, that is an indication that tells us to, or that tells the operator to stop this test. Okay. And I had told you that the same procedure of dynamic cone penetration test can be conducted without the use of bentonite slurry and with the use of bentonite slurry. Okay. So bentonite slurries are used when depth of investigation is more than 6 meters. Okay. And these slurries are circulated for eliminating the friction on the driving rods. And when you are using bentonite slurry in this procedure, we cannot follow the other IS code. So there is a special IS code for that. And also there is a slight difference in the diameter of the cone used in this procedure when bentonite slurry comes into picture. So here the cone used will be a 62.5 mm dia cone when bentonite slurry is also used along with the dynamic cone penetration test. And this is the IS code to be followed for the same. So here in dynamic cone penetration test, the field value that we record here is the number of blows for every 10 centimeter penetration of the cone. Okay. So with those values recorded at each depth, we can actually derive a dynamic penetration index, also abbreviated as DPI. Okay. Now this DPI, this index is actually related to the vertical movement of the cone produced by each drop in mm per blow. Okay, so basically we'll be recording the number of blows for every 10 centimeter penetration at each depth wherever we are conducting the test. Okay, and from those values of blow counts, we will be able to derive this dynamic penetration index. Okay, so it's calculated by, this index is actually calculated by subtracting the previous road penetration from the present one and dividing it by the difference between the present and previous blow counts. Okay. So this is how DPI is calculated, and this DPI also gives an indication of the type of soils where you have into which you have penetrated your cone. Okay, so basically soils with higher stiffness, it shows a lower DPI, and whereas soft soils will show a higher DPI value. Okay, now just like correlations have been derived for SPT penetration number N with other soil properties, as well as the cone penetration resistance QC with other soil properties, just like that there are correlations available connecting this dynamic penetration value with STP as well as CBR values as well. Okay, so this is all about your dynamic cone penetration test, and only these three penetration standard penetration test, static cone penetration test and dynamic cone penetration test are the different penetration or sounding methods which we have covered in this module. So thank you all.